The Cuyahoga County Council regular meeting for Tuesday, October 24th is now called to order. Andrew, would you please call the roll?
Good evening, everyone. It is now 5:05 p.m. As a reminder to all in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Ms. Conwell.
Present.
Ms. Stevens.
Present.
Ms. Simon.
Here.
Mr. Kelly.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Present.
Mr. Sweeney.
Present.
Mr. Tuma.
Here.
Mr. Gallagher.
Here.
Mr. Schran.
Here.
Ms. Turner.
Present.
Council President Jones.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. At this time, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Andrea, at this time, is anyone signed in for public comment?
Yes, Lou.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Today we got a very nice day, very pleasant. We have nice weather to enjoy. It's really a big blessing for Cleveland and for Cuyahoga County. And also tonight we have certain legislations I myself would support. However, the overall picture of our local economy is still in the progress that we really need to boost it up. All the health and human services actually should be the one as our focal points. Some other projects, they may sound good, but they do not truly help all the people in Cuyahoga County. Sure, you know what I'm referring to, the so-called new big county jails, and also the neglect to the homeless services, especially the same thing, the infrastructure, the buildings are as bad, but I don't know why we still cannot have any way to help these buildings to get in either better shape or, same thing, relocate. If you can spend that much time and energy and even the resources to put the people 40 years in debt just for the county jail, why we cannot do the same effort for the people currently just needing some assistance and later they can come back up to contribute themselves in the society? These are the question marks that we actually have been carried for decades. When can we get these issues resolved? Please think about that. Right now, the budget hearings are ongoing things scheduled for all the committee of the whole meetings. So please, try to help majority of the residents in the county, not just only few groups or individuals having special interest in the county. Thank you.
That concludes the public comment portion for today's meeting.
All right. At this time, if we can have a motion to approve our minutes as presented on today's agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. The minutes are approved. At this time, we're going to have a presentation of a proclamation to commemorate October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Cuyahoga County. And Councilmember Turner will present our two proclamations.
Okay, thank you, President Jones. So first we have Cynthia Rios. If she would come forward, she is the Executive Director of the Haven Home, and they are an emergency shelter for women with children. And they will be transitioning to a housing program for pregnant and parenting women in the first quarter of 2024. I want to thank her for the work that she does to make sure our women and children are safe once they actually arrive to the emergency shelter location. And we also have Melanie Frazier, president of the Greater Cleveland Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and Karen Austin, co-chair of the Domestic Violence Committee. And it's already quiet, but I would like at this time if we could just take a few moments to acknowledge the death of Amanda Williams, one of our sorority sisters whose life was taken last week in a tragic exercise of violence, and Aisha Frazier, who was killed just about 5 years ago this coming November. So we're just going to have a moment of silence for both of our sorority sisters. Thank you. So,
All right. Good job. Somebody has to clap, right? Better.
You're very welcome. All right. At this time, messages from our county executive.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council. Appreciate the opportunity to just bring up a few quick items. One, we've just seen last week 3 conferences, perhaps more, but 3 that I was attending, the Healing Our Waters Conference, the Great Lakes and St. Lawrence Governors and Premiers Conference, and the National Forum of Black Public Administrators. I want to thank all 3 groups for choosing Cleveland for their national and regional conferences. Not only great to showcase our city and county, but also great to see them in our convention center and our county-owned hotel. So thanks to all those that continue to host conferences, forums on a national, regional, and local level. Just want to, obviously, just on the heels of Councilwoman Turner's acknowledgement of the closeout of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. All of these, are really 12-month endeavors, but appreciate that you acknowledged that very important event of this past month, and just wanted to say with you and your sisters, and thank you for that. I wanted to also say that we close out Hispanic Heritage Month here the past month, September 15th through October 15th, but we appreciated all the activities in town for the Hispanic Heritage Month, and just wanted to say we look forward to this November as Native American Heritage Month, and all the activities and acknowledgments that will happen with that. As we roll into November, I just had a few quick notes, Mr. President, members of council. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank will be opening a multi-service center on their Waterloo location as they expand into larger facilities. And we are proud to be a part of that opening. I want to thank all of you on council who have helped us lead the charge on getting our HHS team out in the field, particularly Councilwoman Conwell and your chairmanship. We are excited to be in an office with many other service providers with our Job and Family Service office 5 days a week at all of our all of our working days, but with 2 of our employees every day. After they open November 1st, we'll be in the building in November and looking forward to being a part of a team that serves our public. The point is, if people come in food insecure, they're likely housing insecure, they may be eligible for benefits, and we will have our employees at the ready to help them enlist. And we look forward to being a partner to a new model of multi-services in the same place. Just want to additionally remind people to vote. November is an important day. We have to get out to our open board of elections or any other means, but get out and cast your vote for the important initiatives on the November ballot. And then finally, just want to say On a sad note, we lost Molly McLaughlin from the Department of Senior and Adult Services. And I know that might be real-time news to some of you, and we are sad to lose her, but we honor the service that she provided at DSAS with a smile and ever professional. There will be services at Chambers. You can visit at Chambers Funeral Home on Thursday, and her life is online, and you can look up Molly McLaughlin. Just thinking of her today. One more note, I just wanted to say we've continued to celebrate the work of our employees, but we had a 44-year employee celebration. Some of our employees stick with us for decades, and it was good to be out celebrating one of our team members that had spent 44 years with the medical examiner's office. So thank you, Diana. We were out to see her today, and appreciate all our work of all our employees. Thank you, Mr. President. I guess I've got a lot of chicken scratch notes, but I wanted to say one more thing. We continue to get RFPs back in. We have issued RFPs for Troy Superior Bridge, a child wellness campus, and the courthouses, all of which will be coming in the coming days. And we'll be looking forward to a review of those with the teams that are scoring those RFPs. So thanks.
Right. Legislation introduced by council. Consideration of resolutions of council for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution 2023-0295, awarding community development grant in a total amount not to exceed $250,000 to Warner and Swayze LLC for the benefit of a mixed-use real estate redevelopment project for a property located at 5701 Carnegie Avenue in the city of Cleveland.
This item will be referred to the Community Development Committee.
Resolution 2023-0296, awarding a total sum not to exceed $11,400 to the Cleveland Treatment Center for the theatrical production of Fragmented, A Family's Toil Through Trying Times from the District 3 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee.
Resolution 2023-0297, awarding a total sum not to exceed $25,000 to the Urban Community School for the purpose of adding fire hydrants to the school campus from the District 3 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Public Safety and Justice Affairs Committee.
Resolution 2023-0298, awarding a total sum not to exceed $50,000 to Neighborhood Healthcare, Inc., doing business as Neighborhood Family Practice, for the Increasing Access to Healthcare for Underserved Populations project from the District 3 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee.
Resolution 2023-0299, awarding a total sum not to exceed $250,000 to Olympia Foundation, Inc., for the rehabilitation of the Olympia building from the District 8 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Community Development Committee.
Resolution 2023-0300, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to Music Through the Streets for the Battle of the Bands from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Education, Environment, and Sustainability Committee.
Resolution 2023-0301, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to the Joseph Legacy, doing business as Momentous Mentoring for the Momentous Mentoring Museum and HBCU College Tour from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Education, Environment, and Sustainability Committee.
Resolution 2023-0302, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to the Community Partnership on Aging for the Safe at Home program from the District 11 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions of council for second reading.
Resolution 2023-0278, awarding a total sum not to exceed $125,000 to Community Housing Solutions for the CHS Home Repair Program from the District 7 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
All right, we will have a proposed substitute, and Trevor, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, council members. Trevor McAleer, County Council staff. Before you today is a proposed substitute that would add $10,000 from the District 1 ARPA Community Grant Funds to this proposal. The total amount would go from $125,000 to $135,000 if the proposed substitute is approved.
All right. Is there a motion to accept the proposed substitute?
I'll make a motion.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? All right. All those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And this item will move to the November 14th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0279, awarding a total sum not to exceed $30,000 to the Rid All Foundation for the Green Partnerships Veterans Training Program from the District 8 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Again, we have another proposed substitute, and Trevor, you have the floor.
For the record, again, Trevor McAleer, County Council staff. The proposed substitute for this one would add $10,000 from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Funds to this agreement. The total award will go from $30,000 to $40,000 if the proposed substitute is adopted.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. And Rid All, this nonprofit is in my district. They do an incredible work for helping veterans to visit this site in the area that has in past been called the Forgotten Triangle in the Kinsman and 93rd area. They have created a very serene setting, and it is an opportunity to just help veterans who battle that post-traumatic stress disorder, and again, to help them to live a whole life again. Again, they do incredible work, and this is a great opportunity to support what they do. So again, I ask for my colleagues' support. All those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. This item will move to the November 14th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption at that time.
Resolution 2023-0280, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to the Collaborative to End Human Trafficking for the Human Trafficking Education and Training Program for Schools from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
All right, Trevor?
Again, for the record, Trevor McAleer, County Council staff. This proposed substitute would add $5,000 from the District 11 ARPA Community Grant Funds. If approved, the total amount will go from $10,000 to $15,000.
Okay.
Move to adopt substitute.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0281, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to the Shaker Schools Foundation for the Aisha Frazier Fund from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
And let me just say that Resolution 2023-0280, which we just discussed, that item will move to the November 14th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption, as well as the item just read into the record. This item will also move to the November 14th agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. Madam Clerk, you can read the next item.
Resolution 2023-0282, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to the Diaper Bank of Greater Cleveland for the Diaper Bank Expansion Project from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Trevor?
For the record, Trevor McAleer, County Council staff. This is the last proposed substitute that I'll be presenting today for the ARPA items. This proposed substitute would add $10,000 from the District 7 ARPA Community Grant Funds. The total amount will go from $10,000 to $20,000 if the proposed substitute is adopted.
Is there a motion to,
Move to adopt.
Second.
so this is a motion to accept the proposed substitute?
Correct.
Okay, properly moved and seconded. Any discussion on the proposed substitute?
I would just like to have my name added.
Let's add Councilwoman Conwell's name. At this time, all those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And again, this item will move to the November 14th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0283, adopting various changes to the Cuyahoga County Non-Bargaining Classification Plan.
This item will move to the November 14th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. Consideration of resolutions of council for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0237, allocating capital funds in the total amount of $311,691.95 in support of the Veterans Service Commission of Cuyahoga County's headquartered project funded from the Veterans Service Fund in 2022.
Move to adopt.
Second.
President Jones and colleagues, this resolution allocates the $311,691 in funds left over in 2022 from the Veterans Service Commission for their new headquarters space. We hope and intend to get back to funding veterans programs with this money, but the Veterans Service Commission also does require workable operating space.
All right, all those in favor?
Comments?
Yes, yes.
I will be supporting this today, but this will be the last time I'll support this legislation because I believe that the Veteran Service money should go to the veterans' actual projects and programs for the benefits of our individuals, not to the bricks and mortar. I believe that's the obligation of this county, and so I will be suggesting that that is how we should be funding the bricks and mortar for the Veteran Service Commission's offices. Thank you.
Any further
President?
discussion? Yes,
Yep,
Councilwoman.
I just want to state my agreement with Councilman Tron. When we envisioned this, it was not envisioned for brick and mortar. It was supposed to go directly to the veterans. So this is an aberrant request, but I'll vote yes today, but going forward, not.
Any further discussion?
Yes, I just want to say the same. I did have a conversation with Joe, did stop in Levine's office the other day to explain a little bit of how this came about. We're using these funds that we had designated for the veterans, and it was in the previous administration. So at this time, I'll support it so they can move forward, but these dollars need to be utilized for the veterans.
One more thing.
Yes.
Yeah, this was the brainchild of Councilman Greenspan. Want to give him credit, right, Councilman Tron, with you on
I
board?
think I
Or
was
were
a
you with,
co-on.
I don't want to exclude
Yeah, I was a
you.
co on that
Were you
one,
on, were you
as a
in there?
veteran, yes.
With him? Okay.
Yeah, let's not give Greenspan any credit for anything, by the way.
All right.
Overruled.
All right.
David was a very moving part of it.
I think the message has been sent. All right. All of them.
Council President, we need an overall vote.
Yes, we do. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0256, awarding a total sum not to exceed $20,000 to Forget Me Not Animal Rescue for food and medical expenses for rescued animals from the District 3 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to
moved.
adopt. Okay, Sweeney, Simon.
Thank you.
No, Simon second, Sweeney.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Forget Me Not Animal Rescue. I had no idea what it was until a lady named Diane brought it to my attention. And then I meet a Naomi, a Gina, and a Teresa Lynn. And I found out what an operation this is. The abused, neglected, and abandoned dogs in the city of Cleveland are rescued by these folks. And I just want to thank my chairwoman and the members of the Sustainability and Education Committee for hearing their story and knowing the value of it. It's the medication, and they find a home, and it's just, it's an incredible operation by volunteer people. So with that long-winded thing, I'd ask my colleagues to support it, and I do appreciate everyone's attention to this matter.
Mr. Chair? Yeah, thank you to my colleague for bringing this forward. I want to point out that this is vital right now. There's just a trend of return dogs in particular in the county, across the nation. During COVID, everybody ran out and adopted impetuously, and we knew there'd be a backlash from that, and it's hitting now. It took longer than we thought, so our county shelter's been full. And this rescue group also has experienced just an uptick in all this. And so it's really important to support your local rescue, our county shelter. And if you want a dog, please adopt, go to the county shelter. They have great dogs. And so we're in a crisis almost right now. So It's important everybody's aware that that's happening post-COVID.
I want to thank all my colleagues for their assistance in this.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0257, awarding a total sum not to exceed $100,000 to Providence House for the Providence House East Side Community Services Hub from the District 7 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
I move to adopt.
Second.
Council President, I just ask everyone to fund this great initiative. Providence House currently has a contract with us, and they take in our children 0 to 6 years old when they're in times of crisis in between their families. This is actually, they're stationed on the west side. There are several homes that are on the west side, and this is an opportunity to actually have an east side location. So I ask all my colleagues for their support. Thank you.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0258, awarding a total sum not to exceed $175,000 to the Greater Cleveland Habitat for Humanity, Inc. for the Cleveland Habitat Headquarters Building Acquisition Project from the Districts 3, 7, 8, and 9 ARPA Community Grant Funds.
I'll move to adopt, and I'm sure.
Second.
Okay, moved by, and so I just wanted to say this. I know this is Councilman Sweeney brought this forward to us. Habitat for Humanity, everyone in the audience and should be familiar with the work that they do in the community in terms of housing. I just will turn it over to Mike. This is actually a headquarters for them to be positioned because they're small. So I'll turn it over to Mike.
Thank you, Councilwoman Conwell, Council President, Michael King, Council staff. I just wanted to bring before you today a proposed substitute. This is a technical amendment, basically in ironing out some of the details around the grant agreement. The Greater Cleveland Habitat for Humanity informed us that they're going to be setting up a special purpose entity, an LLC, to manage this project. And they are the sole member of this LLC, so it's basically akin to like a wholly owned subsidiary. This amendment basically just allows the county to make the grant directly to that special purpose entity rather than passing it through Habitat for Humanity, but the nonprofit status remains unchanged. So that's all that this amendment does, and we'd ask for your favorable support.
Any further discussion?
I'd like to make the motion.
Second?
Properly moved and seconded. And let me say, I'm happy to support and sponsor as well as add dollars as well. We all know the good work of Habitat for Humanity. So again, I couldn't be more than happy to support this. So again, it's been properly moved in second. All those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And now all those in favor of adopting the.
Can I make a comment before
Sure,
we
go
pass
right
it?
ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just this money that's here, it's still $1 million project, and they're still short in regards to getting to the finish line. This is a significant contribution, but I don't want to say it's there just yet. They're doing everything in their power to help get money, but when they get to their $1 million, it'll be good. So thank you.
All right. All those in favor of adopting the resolution based on its merits as substituted, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0260, awarding a total sum not to exceed $500,000 to the Famicos Foundation for the Glenville Housing Preservation Project from the District 7 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, it seems like I just did this. It was in committee last week, and there are several homes that are historical homes, and they're in neighborhoods where there are other homeowners, and some have aged out. And Famicos have purchased them, the Community Development Center, and they would like to restore those homes so they can beautify the neighborhood and utilize the funding that they will get from those homes back into Famicos that does housing, lead, you name it, kind of programs and resources for our community. So I ask for my colleagues' support.
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0261, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to the Lee Road Baptist Church for the Harvard Family Institute program from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This is a resolution from us to move money forward to the Lee Road Baptist Church for their Family Institute program. It's a community program encouraging more direct activity, especially with their youth. This was brought forward by Councilwoman Turner. Councilwoman Turner, any comments?
Yes, thank you, Vice President Stevens. So Lee Road Baptist Church is in my district, Cleveland Ward 1. This is for the Harvard Family Institute program. Reverend James Quincy III appeared before the Community Development Committee and presented his vision for the Institute and their ongoing programs. His passion for this mission was contagious. Working with faith-based community partners and other nonprofit organizations, the Harvard Family Institute will fund internships to better serve local teens and young adults to improve their educational outcomes and better prepare them for the modern workplace. They will primarily focus their work in the Lee Harvard neighborhood, an area in dire need of leadership and mentorship opportunities for youngsters. I believe in Reverend Quincy's mission and am proud to sponsor this ARPA funding legislation and ask for my colleagues' support.
All right, remind me, who made the motion?
We need a motion and then an overall.
I move that we support this legislation and move it forward.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Stevens, seconded by Councilwoman Turner. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Legislation introduced by executive. Consideration of a resolution for first reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. If there's any discussion on the suspending of the rules? Nope. All those in favor of suspending the rules say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0303, amending the 2022-2023 biennial operating budget for 2023 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations, appropriation transfers, and cash transfers.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President and colleagues, this resolution is the regular bi-monthly fiscal agenda. The answers to our questions to OBM are on your desks. Most items are routine items, especially appropriations and closeouts of grants. Notable are a series of additional items which continue the process of incorporating 2021 and 2022 space maintenance and internal services charges reconciliations into the budget. There is also a $5 million transfer within HHS to cover items that were not invoiced before the end of last year. This item has no new fiscal impact. It merely aligns the budget to the known expenditures. I recommend passage on first reading suspension.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Consideration of a resolution for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution 2023-0304, confirming the county executive's appointment of Michael W. Chambers upon his taking the oath of office as county fiscal officer.
This item will be referred to the Committee of the Whole. The confirmation hearing will be scheduled for November 14th.
Resolution 2023-0305, confirming the county executive's appointment of various individuals to serve on the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Cuyahoga County for the term July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2027.
This item will be referred to the Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee.
And the appointments are for Michelle Curry and Molly Wimbiscus, MD. Resolution 2023-0306, making awards on requisition 12846 to two providers in the combined amount not to exceed $800,000 for general sanitary engineering services effective upon signature of all parties for a period of 3 years.
This item will be referred to the Public Works Procurement and Contracting Committee.
Resolution 2023-0307, making an award on requisition 12393 to C&S Engineers, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $650,000 for general engineering services for the Cuyahoga County Airport, effective upon contract signature of all parties for a period of 5 years.
This item will be referred to the Public Works Procurement and Contracting Committee.
Resolution 2023-0308, authorizing an agreement with City of Lakewood in the amount not to exceed $1,091,667 for tenant-based rental assistance services in connection with the American Rescue Plan for Home Investment Partnership Program for the period October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2025.
This item will be referred to the Community Development Committee.
Mr. President,
Councilman,
may I please have my name added to this resolution?
let's add Councilman Miller's name.
Thank you.
Resolution 2023-0309, making an award on requisition 12167 to Med Mutual Life Insurance Company in the amount not to exceed $7,690,403 for group life, voluntary life, and accidental death insurance for county employees for the period January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2027.
This item will be referred to the Human Resources, Appointments, and Equity Committee.
Resolution 2023-0310, authorizing an amendment to a contract with Child Care Resource Center of Cuyahoga County, doing business as Starting Point for out-of-school time services for youth for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2023, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2024, to change the terms effective January 1st, 2024, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $1,650,000.
This item will be referred to the Education, Environment, and Sustainability Committee. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading.
Resolution 2023-0267, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Kim Shelnick to serve on the City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Board for the term July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2026.
This item will move to the November 14th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0288, authorizing a purchase and sale agreement with CCLRC Fairview Gardens LLC in the amount not to exceed $10 for the disposition and sale of real property located at 3207 Franklin Boulevard in the city of Cleveland. Permanent parcel number 003-31-002.
This item will move to the November 14th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0289, making an award on requisition 12170 to Sedgwick Claims Management Services in the amount not to exceed $542,500 for workers' compensation third-party administrator services for the period January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2026.
This item will move to the November 14th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0277, making an award on requisition 12944 to various providers in the amount not to exceed $1,257,500 for supplemental nutrition assistance program to Skills Employment and Training Program for the period October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024 for the various providers listed on the agenda A through G.
Is there a motion?
Move to adopt.
Second.
Properly moved by Councilman Strawn, seconded by Councilwoman Conwell. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0291, authorizing an amendment to a contract with Lutheran Metropolitan Ministry for operations and case management services for a 400-bed men's emergency shelter located at 2100 Lakeside Avenue and for facilitation and coordination of overflow shelter services for single adults and families at various locations for the period January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2024, to change the terms effective upon contract signature of all parties, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $775,000.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. Chair, as stated, everything was in the description. We ask that this is a needed service for our homeless population. Please ask for my colleague's support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0292, authorizing the county executive to execute the memorandum of understanding among Cuyahoga County Board of Elections, and the Ohio Department of Administrative Services in connection with the funding for the purchase of electronic poll books and other necessary equipment, and authorizing a state term contract purchase agreement with Tenix Software Solutions, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $1,046,283 for the purchase of electronic poll books and other necessary equipment.
Move to adopt. President Jones and colleagues, this resolution approves a memorandum of understanding among the county, the Board of Elections, and the Ohio Department of Administrative Services to facilitate a state term contract purchase of electronic poll books through Tenix Software for $1,046,283. Passage is really needed this evening on second reading suspension so that the Board of Elections can get the new poll books up and implemented in time for the March 19th primary. They're on a very short timeline, so I ask for the support of my colleagues.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Consideration of resolutions for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0263, confirming the county executive's appointment of Dr. Rebecca Dorman to serve on the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Cuyahoga County for the term July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2027.
Move to adopt.
Second.
The Adams Board is responsible for planning, funding, and monitoring of public mental health and alcohol and other addiction services delivered to Cuyahoga County residents. On October 23rd, Ms. Dorman appeared at the Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee to discuss her nomination to serve on the Adams Board of Trustees. While her qualifications and background with Cuyahoga County are well documented, Ms. Dorman showed an enthusiasm and wealth of knowledge that will be a huge asset to the Adams Board. She has decades of experience covering both the public and private sectors and has a proven track record of successfully navigating through the human services arena. She will be an excellent addition to the board, and I ask for my colleagues' support of this nomination.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0264, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Valerie Katz to serve on the Cuyahoga County Natural Resources Assistance Council for the term October 15th, 2023 through October 14th, 2026.
Move to adopt.
Second. Let's see. The Cuyahoga County Natural Resources Assistance Commission is an 11-body member that oversees the Clean Ohio Conservation Program. Ms. Katz currently serves as the Deputy Director of the Department of Sustainability. She has an extensive resume of work experience in the energy and sustainability fields and currently serves as the county's representative on the Natural Resources Assistance Commission. This body oversees the Clean Ohio Conservation Program, and Ms. Katz's continued role on this commission will foster the continued growth and viability of these important programs. I ask for your support of this nomination.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Council President, may I read item numbers 3 through 6 into the record by their abbreviated titles consecutively?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Resolution 2023-0265, a resolution confirming the county executive's appointments of various individuals to serve on the City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Board for the term July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2026. And for Resolution 0265, we have Adrian Maldonado. Resolution 2023-0266 for the appointment of Michael Scope. Resolution 2023-0268 for the appointment of Erica Steed. And Resolution 2023-0269 for the appointment of William Seelbach.
Move to adopt the four resolutions.
Second.
All right, it has been properly moved by Councilman Miller, and the second goes to Meredith Turner. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Can I
Ayes
read?
have it.
Oh, thank you, President Jones. Just have a little bit to say about these nominees.
That's right.
The Federal Workforce Innovation Act of 2014 is the legislation that we're working with. These are both public and private members of this body, as well as joint members from other mandatory fields. Both the City of Cleveland and Cuyahoga County have appointing authority for this body. There are 34 board members serving 3-year terms. On October 3rd, the Human Resources Appointments and Equity Committee discussed several nominations to serve on the Cleveland-Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Board. This is an extremely important time for this vital board as legislation is pending to transition this body from a joint city-county public entity to a nonprofit agency. This transition is expected to streamline the operations of the workforce development operations and lead to greater opportunities for our region's job hunters. The Human Resources Appointment Committee heard from the 4 nominees, as mentioned. Adrian Maldonado is a familiar face to Cuyahoga County employees. He was the longtime director of the county's Procurement and Diversity Department. In this position, he championed the use of data-driven decision-making and implemented numerous cost savings measures. He currently works as an independent consultant advising governments, nonprofit organizations, and other businesses. He also serves in leadership roles with several local hospitals. With this diverse background, Adrian will hit the ground running onto this board, and I ask for your support of his nomination. Michael Scope served as a vice president at Tri-C for 15 years. In this position, he spearheaded innovative programming to better prepare students for careers in the modern workforce. He has an extensive record of success preparing youth for a changing workplace. His resume and his testimony before the committee truly illuminated his passion for public service and the betterment of our residents. He also will be an excellent member to the Workforce Development Board, and I ask for your support of his nomination. Dr. Erica Steed really needs no introduction. Her work as the CEO and president of Metro Health Hospitals put her on the front line of the medical community in this region. She has taken a leadership role on Metro Health's campus transformation and provides a steady, calming leadership, especially needed at this time. Her experience puts her in an ideal position to provide exceptional insight into developments that can further expand the medical community and the affiliated jobs in this region. I am honored that Dr. Steed has graciously agreed to volunteer her valuable time to serve on this board, and I proudly ask for your support of her nomination. And finally, William Seelbeck has years of experience in both the financial and aerospace industries. He was the founding president of Cleveland Tomorrow, an early conglomerate of business leaders in Cleveland. This group served as launching pad for innovative manufacturing technologies and helped foster streamlined connectivity between our institutions of higher learning and our job centers. His experience will have an enormous asset on the Workforce Development Board, and I ask for your support of his nomination. Councilman Sweeney and Tuma. Did y'all hear that? I'm repeating it. Thank you, President Jones.
Thank you, Councilwoman, for sharing that important information about these, again, very important appointments. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0271, confirming the county executive's appointment of Brad Cromes upon his taking the oath of office as county treasurer.
Move to adopt.
Second.
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. At this time, County Executive, if you would like to administer the oath of office to Mr. Cromes.
Oops, sorry. Thank you, Council President, members of council. As Brad is bringing up, I think his family, I want to say thank you for the confirmation, and I know Brad feels the same. I just want to reiterate, it's good to have an experienced treasurer with us that is coming up from Portage County. I think moving from the elected to the appointed, we'll see which is more appreciated by you. We'll see. But glad to have you. And as our next treasurer, appreciate the support of council. Brad's worked in Columbus, DC, and of course, Portage County. And we're really, really looking forward to having him as our treasurer. So I see, it looks like Lindsay, your wife is here. Valerie and Martin, your parents, welcome. And I got to know who's Elliot and who's Emerson. Emerson and Elliot. Well, good to meet you, and thanks for sitting in on a day at the life of county government. So in all seriousness, it's great to have you, and a great learning experience, actually. So we're working through this mic situation, so you guys could come a couple feet closer. We are glad to have you here with us, Brad, and we are about to give you the oath of office and administer that to you. And I'm going to ask you to pick someone to hold your Bible.
Up high.
All right? And I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. And is anything to say before Dad takes this oath? All right? We're good to go?
Good job, guys.
Lindsay, anything? All right. Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right. I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. I state your name.
Brad Cromas.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
uphold,
uphold,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter and laws
and the Charter and laws
of the County of Cuyahoga,
of the County of Cuyahoga,
Ohio.
Ohio,
That I will faithfully and honestly,
that I will faithfully and honestly,
diligently and impartially
diligently and impartially
perform and discharge
perform and discharge
all of the powers and duties
all of the powers and duties
incumbent upon me as treasurer
incumbent upon me
in and for
in and for
the County of Cuyahoga,
the County of Cuyahoga,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and understanding,
and understanding,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Future politician.
Pose for a picture. Come on, kids, get back here.
Come on, Dad.
Come on, Martin. All right.
Thank you.
Resolution 2023-0272, authorizing the county executive to enter into a local governance agreement with the City of Cleveland and a to-be-formed nonprofit organization to carry out workforce development activities for the Cleveland-Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Area.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you. This matter was heard in Education, Environment, Sustainability Committee meeting, and we heard from both Michelle Rosen and Laura Chalker, both the Director and Deputy Director of Workforce, to explain what's happening with our Workforce Board. It's important and kind of a big deal. So what we're doing here, if we approve this, will enable the Workforce Board, Development Board to become a nonprofit board and allow for more flexibility in raising funds and being able to get things done more effectively and efficiently. It's been formed as two, city and county for so long, and it's just both of our processes are obviously different. So there's been a lot of, we're going through procurement, they go through procurement this way, everything will be unified under one umbrella, and they'll be going forward, if this is approved, with looking for an executive director, all the board members or the appointees actually from today and in the past will be part of this new structure, so we don't have to go through that process again. We just heard, Dr. Steed, et cetera, of everybody who will be here will remain, but it will be part of this new entity. So I ask for your support, and we will follow through and see how this is going. I think it's a positive step forward.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0274, authorizing an amendment to a contract with Alto 55 Erie LLC, doing business as Alto 55 for lease of space located at 75 Erie View Plaza for the operation of a family justice center by the Department of Public Safety and Justice Services Witness Victim for the period July 1st, 2014 through October 31st, 2023, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2027, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $915,400.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, on October 4th, 2023, Mr. John Myers from Public Works came before the Public Works Committee and discussed this piece of legislation. It's going to be 100% funded from the Family Justice Center HHS levy fund. The base rent is $840,400 with operating costs of $40,000 and utilities/electricity at $35,000. The space is currently used by the Witness Victim Department and other affiliated justice affairs entities. This contract will extend the lease terms through 2027 and providing essential continuity for these agencies. This contract includes only a 2% increase in the rent, which is a small percentage in light of current economic trends that I would ask my colleagues to support on this piece of legislation. Thank you.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, the resolution is adopted. Committee reports in consideration of an ordinance for second reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor of suspending the rules say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, the rules are suspended.
Ordinance 2023-0016, enacting Section 208.05 of the Cuyahoga County Code to establish a Cuyahoga County Women's Health Advisory Council to serve as a resource for information, advice, and recommendations regarding goals, strategies, and programs of the county to support women's access through the full range of healthcare options, including reproductive and maternal health, and to eliminate health disparities.
All right, at this time, I understand that Councilman Conwell has a request and a proposed substitute.
All right, Mr. President, I would like to make a motion to accept the proposed substitute. The items that are listed were thoroughly discussed in the HHS committee meeting. There were some substantive changes that the administration was asked to do. We did not want to hold up or belabor the process to get this to get through. And in moving swiftly, I overlooked that it was an ordinance. So I had passed it out in committee to go second reading suspension, but I wanted to make sure that, all of our ordinance go 3 readings. So I'm asking everyone to accept the proposal that we will go the full reading for this ordinance.
Second.
Gotcha.
Well, should I we have to withdraw our motion to suspend, I would think, no?
So, no, actually, what we can do is, you made the motion, if we have a second, as long as there's no objection, we can continue with the full 3 readings. Does not require a vote.
Council President?
It was voted in committee to go second reading suspension.
But I thought we just made a motion, and I seconded to pass under suspension right now, so I'm going to ask.
Law Director, would you please weigh in on where we are, everyone? Everyone hold their attention for a moment. Law Director, you can weigh in.
Yes, I heard a motion to suspend the rules and a second, and then a vote on suspending the rules, not a subsequent motion to approve. Was there a subsequent motion to approve? No, so there's 2 separate motions, one to suspend the rules, that was approved, and so there is no motion yet to approve the legislation. So it would be appropriate to bring it up again for 3rd reading adoption, if I'm understanding the process.
Council
Mr. President?
Councilman Miller, one at a time. Councilman Miller.
Just a comment that the recommendation from the committee on whether to do second reading suspension is only advisory to the council president, and the council president retains the authority to schedule the agenda, and he can simply accept Councilwoman Conwell's suggestion and continue the legislation until the third reading.
Okay, I appreciate that, Councilman Miller, but we have a motion that was passed to suspend the rules. Councilman Tuma?
Yeah, thank you. I think, to the law director, would it be appropriate to either take a vote on it or withdraw the motion?
Council President?
Right? When you withdraw.
You all made your comments. Take a moment. Andrea, please feel free.
Thank you, Council President. Councilmember Conwell made a motion to accept the proposed substitute, and we need a second just to
Second.
accept the proposed substitute.
Yeah,
I'll second it.
so we can have a vote on the acceptance of the substitute.
I just want to move forward. Second.
All right, properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So now that we've done that,
Want me to withdraw?
Mr. President?
Do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
I'll withdraw my
There's no
motion.
harm in withdrawing.
Let's just have a record. Thank
I'll
you.
withdraw my motion.
all right,
I
you
withdraw my
withdraw.
second.
Okay, it's now been withdrawn. All right, so now we can simply accept Councilwoman's request for a third reading. All right. Okay, so with that, at this moment, again, there was no objection. This item will move to the November 14th council agenda for consideration for a third reading adoption. All right. Law Director, are we all clear?
Yes.
All right. Anybody else want to fight with the law director? No? All right.
Next
So
time.
we're good. All right. So at this time, let's move on. Miscellaneous committee reports.
Mr. President,
Councilman Miller, you can lead us off.
to my colleagues, there is no finance and budgeting committee between now and the next council meeting, but there will be 4 committee of the whole budget hearings before our next council meeting. On Monday, September 30th, Thursday, November 2nd, Monday, November 6th, and Monday, November 13th, all starting at 1 p.m. Note that if there is no Economic Development Committee, the budget hearing scheduled for Monday, October 30th will likely extend beyond the officially listed 3 p.m. end time, so I would ask colleagues to please allow for that in your schedule. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. President?
Yes.
Yes, Public Works will meet at its regularly scheduled time next Wednesday at 10 a.m. I understand there's potentially another event. As long as we have a quorum, we'll be good to go, though. Thank you.
President, safety, Tuesday, 1 o'clock.
All right.
Mr. President, there is no economic development. There were no assignments today.
Okay.
Health and Human Services, Wednesday, November 1st, regularly scheduled time at 1 o'clock.
Human Resources Appointments and Equity, regular scheduled time on Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Community Development meets at its regularly scheduled time at 10 a.m. on Monday, October 30th.
Okay.
Education Environment on Wednesday, the 1st of November at 3 p.m.
All right.
Councilwoman.
And we will have our budget, yes.
Councilwoman Stevens, you also have a CRAS meeting on October 25th at 2 p.m., which is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay. And we have our Committee of the Whole meetings on October 30th at 1 p.m., to follow by November 2nd at 1 p.m., November 6th at 1 p.m., November 13th at 1 p.m., November 20th at 1, and then again on November 27th at 1 p.m. All right. Next, miscellaneous business. The 2 pieces of legislation regarding the Health and Human Services levy will be discussed at the November 14th Committee of the Whole. So I just wanted everyone to keep that in mind. Again, November 14th, we will discuss the 2 pieces of legislation regarding Health and Human Services levy. All right. Any other miscellaneous business? If not, if nothing else holds our attention, our meeting is now adjourned.